My dear brothers and sisters, I'm Angelo Patrick. Last year, late July, I went to my urologist for a routine examination. And having had discussions with me, he asked me to take what you call a PSA test, prostate antigen test. The normal expectation in this test is a reading of a tolerance level of 4. When my results came, it was a massive 13.2. That really shocked him, and he said, "You are in a high-risk category. I have to put you through a biopsy now." And the biopsy came out even more tragic. It read a grade 4, stage 4 cancer. And
just a second, brother. For those who don't know, cancer is graded in systems. One is curable, it's just started. 2 is a little advanced. 3 is much more advanced. 4 most often is irreversible and end stage.
So I was at that stage. And then there's another reading called the Gleason score, which should be under 5. I was at a staggering 9. So by that now the oncologist got together with my urologist, and they were quite frank with me. They were quite upright with me. They did not sugarcoat anything. They said, "You are in trouble. And you got very advanced stages of cancer, and we suspect that it has spread into your bones. We suspect. But we can prove it only after a bone scan. But let me also tell you, we will try our best to cure your prostate cancer." There was no guarantee. We will try our best to, but the cells in the bone, no medical research, no medical cure is available. It's incurable. So I said, "Okay, now what do you want me to do?" Go across the corridor and get a bone scan done. So I said, "Okay," and then we'll start your treatment after that. Then I said, "One thing I had to go on a holiday now. I want to go to Tibet for a holiday." And they said, where do you want to go?" I said, "No, I have already planned to go on a holiday. I had to go." There was pin drop silence in that room. And they said, "How long are you going to be away?" 10 days. Then they said, "Okay, come back soon." As I left the room, there were no fond farewells, no saying, "Have a great holiday, have a great trip. Come back soon," that's all. So I went across the corridor and subjected myself to the bone scan. And then I told the radiologist, "Okay, when will the report be ready?" They said, 5 days' time. I won't be here at that time. I will get somebody to pick it up. So I rang up a friend of mine, and he said, "We'll pick up this report in 4 days' time, and WhatsApp it to me while I'm in Tibet." So while I was traveling that night up in the dark skies, clouds, I was wondering what had happened to me now. I was just reflecting on what really has happened now. The doctor's words were very prudent, and the bone scan, I was almost sure it was going to be positive. Anyway, I shut myself away from all those thoughts and landed there, and I commenced my holiday. And I was very much into the holiday because I never knew when I was going to be on my next holiday. Then, 4 days later, I get the beep on my phone. The bone scan report has come. I couldn't read it. The medical jargon was too much. But anyway, from what little I could gather, I knew it was positive. Fortunately, there was a doctor, Sri Lankan doctor in my tour group. I went and showed it to him. He read it. Then he asked me, Whose is this report? I said, it's mine. Then he looked at me and said, you're in trouble, aren't you? I said, possibly, no. What else can I say? Anyway, I had made up my mind to have a very good holiday. And I came back to Colombo to face the music now. So I got into the hospital, and the two doctors, they thrashed me. They stuffed me with tablets, injections, radiations, you name it, they gave it to me. During this time, I am a regular visitor to the Infant Jesus Church in Slave Island. I go to the Blessed Sacrament Chapel. One day I was in prayer. I was all alone by myself in the chapel. Suddenly I heard somebody talking to me. Go in peace, I cured you. I just looked around, there was nobody around. Then I knew I was getting a word from somewhere, from above.
Yeah, just a minute. Can you see now, when he faced the crisis, he did the doctors, what the medical people told him, but he went to prayer. And in prayer, he sat before the Blessed Sacrament, and God gave him a word. Go in peace, I have cured you. Now look at the thing, relationship through the Blessed Sacrament, intimacy. And then he receives a word, and that word is like a guidance for him on how to face the crisis. Go ahead.
So he said, go in peace, I cured you. So I got up and came. So then the process of treatment went on. Finally, it all ended on the 12th of November last year. And then they said, okay, now we are going to take a pause. You're going to have a cooling off period. Come back in 1 month's time. We're going to test you out again to see how you are fared. I went back on the 15th of December last year, and they tested me again, my PSA. Believe me, it has dropped alarmingly low from the 13.2 to 2.8, well below the normal levels. And my dear brothers and sisters, this happened in just a matter of 3 months, when it could have possibly taken maybe about 2 years. 3 months, it dropped. That was the word I got. Go in peace, I cured you. But the doctors never stopped. They continued with my treatment even this year, beginning of this year. They went on and on with me. And then finally in July or August this year, maybe July, the PSA level came down even further to an alarmingly low, almost negligible 0.01, when the norm was 4. Then this doctor, urologist, he told me, in the meantime I was still continuing my prayer. And one morning, when I was in my room at home, and I prayed, again I heard a voice. It said, I have burnt all your cells. So I accepted. I wrote it down really. I wrote both these words down.
Can you see again, he's going through the treatment, he's sitting with God in a relationship, and God speaks to him again and says, I have burnt it.
So, and this doctor was so jubilant with the results I got. He told me, why don't you do another bone scan? That shocked me. That really shocked me. Now here's a medical doctor, a qualified doctor, telling me to do a bone scan, knowing very well all those cells, cancer cells in my bone cannot be cured. So why is he asking me to do another test? Then it struck me again, I have burnt all the cells. I quickly said, okay, give me a prescription then. Write it down. So I took that and I decided to do a bone scan. But in the meantime, I decided to go on another holiday. I went to India. I went to Bhopal, some wildlife tours, and I came back to Chennai, spent some holiday there, and then I went to Chalakudi, Divine Retreat Center. And there I went and testified and claimed the word for my cure of the prostrate. And I said at that testimony, look here, I got another hurdle to clear. My bones are still infected with cancer. But I know very well, medical science has no cure for this. But I have a word in my pocket. It's in my pocket. When I go back to Colombo, I'm going for the scan. And I'll be okay. So I came back to Colombo. And I went for the bone scan. They strapped me tight on the flat, hard bed and shoved me into the tunnel. And as the rays were moving around me, I was having various thoughts. What is this? What are these rays trying to do to me? What are they trying to find out? Are they trying to find out what's not there? Anyway, finally they pulled me out and I came off. 5 days later, I get the bone scan report and I took it to my oncologist and he said, I don't see anything here. It's all gone.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
My dear brethren, right through this 1.5 year period, I never panicked. I was never nervous. I was never apprehensive because of one very fact. I had those 2 words in my 2 pockets. And I knew I was determined to kick this cancer in his teeth. I never did it. He did it. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.